Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and I'm so excited to bring you today's coach. This is absolutely a time capsule. This is a 2015 Newmar Dutch Star, traded in literally on Friday. So this coach has not been through the shop. It was here having some service work done. Client happened to see something nice and shiny catch their eye, and here we go. We've got a really nice trade-in. So Jody, please, as usual, take her on back. I love to start these RV videos from the inside out, but honestly, this is such an amazing vehicle. One of the things that's so fantastic about this coach is the fact that not only does it have only 11,125 miles on it, it actually feels like it has brand new. So one of the reasons I decided to take a video on this coach is because of the fact that it is in such fantastic condition with such low miles. We have people come in all the time asking for coaches in a particular price point, and they're very hard to find. This one is it. This is an amazing RV. It is in such nice condition. It's been maintained here. It was sold here new, and it is gone on to become another Newmar. So our clients took delivery of another Newmar on Friday. But one of the reasons I love this coach so much is right behind you. So Jody, go ahead and turn around. I already have these cabinets open for you. The 4369 has been the #1 selling floor plan in North America for quite some time now. And this is the reason why this closet space is pretty fantastic. But back in 2015, as you can see, it was configured just a little bit differently. You've got your shoe boxes, which were an optional option at that point in time. And then you have your configuration of this full length of the rear of the coach with your adjustable cabinets. So as you can see, you can make that hanging space. You could leave the cabinets in place. You could change the height of them. But look at how deep it goes back here on either side. And then when I close this door, one of the things I want you to see is, first of all, this is a thick piece of solid maple. This is a cherry glazed maple. It's beautiful, but you can just see how nice the grain is on this. Just a fantastic example of Newmar's craftsmanship back in 2015. And then we even still have our safe inset here. And one of the most exciting features of this coach, in my estimation, is the fact that this coach has in-floor heating. So this beautiful floor that you see here is in pristine condition. Now it's interesting, I'll tell you, this cover is not heated, but this toilet area is so big. I mean, take a look at this throne. You could be a really big dude and have a lot of room in here. This is a very spacious bathroom. The measurement on the shower is different now than it was back in 2015. So this is a 40 by 32 shower, but plenty of room, much the size of what we'll find like our 3825 Mountain Air, or for instance, my Superstar. But as you can see, skylight up above, the wand is on an adjustable stalk, and then you still have your teak bench. But this coach doesn't even have water stains on the glass. It's pretty fantastic. And it also has a towel bar on the back of the door, as well as a robe hook. Now you'll see up here above the toilet, we've got a really thin cabinet space, but still, I mean, if you wanted to keep like your medical box and like maybe, some other toiletries up there, you could keep everything up here. Room for toilet paper, your chemicals. And then you'll see here where we have our shade controls. That is because this is a power MCD shade coach. So this coach not only has the heated floors, it also has power MCD shades. And it speaks also to the testimony of this coach. The dual vanity has been, of course, timeless, with these really nice carpet-lined medicine cabinets. And then you've got your solid countertops with the rimless undermount sink, so nothing to really have to keep tidy there. There's 110 outlets on either side of your vanity. And then back here, another full medicine cabinet, carpet-lined once again. And then take a look underneath here. Look at all of this storage space. I don't know how Newmar had more space in a 4369 then than they do now, but it seems to me that this has got quite a huge amount of storage space. And as I mentioned, definitely a little different in terms of the iteration. Oh, there's your vacuum bags. This does have the Dirt Devil vacuum cleaner system instead of our current vacuum cleaner system. But I mean, this coach has got so much room in it. It's so well made. And it's just so impressive to see that Newmar has been doing this for so long. Now you'll notice one thing about this. See this flat ceiling here? That is because this is before the dawn of the cathedral ceiling that we see now in all of our 43-foot, or all of our Dutch Stars for that matter. So Dutch Star on up now would have a cathedral ceiling as opposed to this nice flat exit. Another thing that I noticed, Jody's waiting for me to catch him here, there's no mirror on back. This solid maple cabinetry back in the day didn't need a mirror because when we come, oh, let's do this real quick. So here's your stackable washer and dryer. As you can see, back in the day we were using the Whirlpool. But like I said, this coach is like time capsule. It still has the stickers on it, you know, for the Energy Guide rating. Made in Canada. I mean, just so cool to see this. And like I said, I don't like doing used coaches a lot of the time because I'm afraid that they might not be in great condition. But this coach is in fantastic condition. So over here, take a look at this headboard. Really nice. I'm sure you've seen this design. This is very circa 2015, but just no mars, no marks. All of the original bedding. You've got your cabinets up top overhead. This is before the point in time where we actually put the 110 outlets in here. So please keep that in mind. If you are planning on running a CPAP machine and you do want to have an outlet up top, we could always install that for you. But as you can see here, we even have our KIB switches and our lighting control right here underneath. Again, power MCD shades. This material, I mean, there's just no marring on this coach throughout. It's really quite impressive. We had the Sleep Number bed. So the pump's right back here. Look at those beautiful chairs, the extension for the tables here. And then if you do have a sleep apnea machine that you need, there are outlets here underneath the bed. And as you can see, just a little bit lower, Jody, they're on the side right here. And as you can see, this is plenty of room under the bed so you could actually put something under the floor. And you could also still have your sultry novels and your water bottle next to your bed. You just have to run the cord out from under the bed onto the nightstand. So as you know, Newmar, of course, always makes improvements as they go throughout the years, but some of the things that they've been doing well, some of the things they do well, they've been doing well for a long time. So again, centrally ducted air conditioning. This is a 15,000 BTU system with 3 ACs and 3 heat pumps. This coach does have a 10,000 watt, 10 kilowatt quiet diesel generator by Onan. This is the 8.9 liter ISL. This Freightliner chassis has 450 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, and a 10,000 pound towing capacity. It is a 288-inch wheelbase with a passive tag, so hugely good turning radius. And then one of my favorite features, Jody, come on over. Let me just have you stand next to me. And we're gonna take a look back towards this beautiful restroom. But there we go, full length mirror that both of us fit into. Oh yeah, I got him, folks. You know, this is so good. This is like Catch the Jody on the camera. He's not a vampire, we can see him. So still have our little LED lights here in the wardrobes up above. We still, of course, have this tuck-in because we are on a 72 by 80 full-length, full-size RV King. We have the extensions that come out past the doors. I did a Dutch Star a while back, probably about 2 months ago. That was a trade-in from the dealer, from the International Rally that didn't have the extension, so that extension makes quite a bit of difference in order to be able to get your clothes in there. But as you can see, just really nice solid maple cabinetry throughout. These are not on that soft close drawer. They have like a little latch system that you can see like right here. So they are just a little bit different than we have currently, but you have 5 of those drawers. And then here we still have what we have currently, the audio video cabinet. Of course, this is all Sony equipment. As you can see, the hardware is quite a bit different, and it has a Blu-ray player. Now, please keep in mind, you know, telematics aren't expensive these days. So if you wanted to have an updated TV that wasn't 10 years old, you could absolutely do that. We could also put solar on top of this unit. It's pre-wired for solar, and we could add Starlink to it as well, but it does have the traditional Traveler satellite system already installed. Again, in-floor heating, so there's a control for that right there. I think that that's important to talk about. Such a nice feature to have in a coach like this. I mean, I don't know, just take a look long ways down here, Jody. Look at how, let me open this door up so that we can really get a vantage point for how amazing this living room is. So, of course, the 4369 has been so popular because it boasts this apartment-like living space where it's very comfortable. But as you'll see here, our full wall slide is still carpeted. So this is before the dawn of more floor. That's of course, where we added hydraulic slides. So we're going to take a look at this cogwheel slide on the outside. These are electric slides as opposed to having the hydraulic slide. So you'll still have carpet throughout the unit. But as you can see, it's in really great repair. It also gives the coach the ability to have only a 12 foot 10 inch tall presence. So it's a shorter coach than our traditional 13.2 to 13.1, 13.4, depending height that we have on our new Dutch Stars. This coach is also just a little bit shorter. It's 43 feet long, 43 feet 9 inches long. But as you can see, it still has all of the room here. And this is a bath and a half model. I love the center bath here. Super cute. This is where your kick plate is for your Dirt Devil. And then of course you've got your nice Dometic porcelain toilet once again. And then I really love, I'm gonna go in here, Jody, if you don't mind, I'm gonna sit. I love these little accent lights that you have here. I've got the fan running, so I can turn the fan off just by pushing a button. I've got my heater right here, my water pump, and then I also have my cosmetic light. So that little cosmetic light is so stinking bright. If you wanted to be able to come in here and get ready in the morning, you've got plenty of room to keep your hair dryer. It'd have to be a little travel one, but it's got an outlet inside, plenty of room for your hairspray. This is a very tall top cabinet, so if you've got, you know, larger bottles, you can fit those up there. This beautiful glass vessel sink, and then you've got your nice glass tile surround, and then plenty of room here underneath. The toilet paper holder, I mean, it just seems like you really need a small little piece of small toilet paper roll to me. I thought that was kind of funny, but maybe it's normal. I don't know. Everything looks so familiar on this and so different all at the same time. Look at how tidy this is. What a testimony to Newmar that you can pull out a time capsule like this and have this amazing level of quality. You know, 10, 11 years previously, we're still doing things well. And we've done them so well that we're continuing to use this floor plan over and over again. Now, back in the day, right, we've got the Maytag. And look at this cool refrigerator, big refrigerator with ice and water dispenser on the door. So that's, of course, a little different. Still have your charcuterie board down below. So you still have your little thing. There are some cosmetic things here, like this little cracked surface. I have to tell you, when you see this, I'll try to point out the things that I know that will fix, and then the things that I don't know will fix. I hope that we can get a cover for this. I know we could remove that top piece and have the drawer work. I don't know if I can still get the inserts for this refrigerator, and the refrigerator works perfectly well. It's also like barely used. It's so clean. Again, this coach just came in on Friday. Everything I'm showing you is before our pre-delivery inspection. So super impressive here. And then of course we got our nice full pantry. This is one of the reasons that the 4369 is so popular. Look at all of this pantry space. Huge deep drawers that go all the way back. So huge pantry. Again, water dispenser with ice on the door. I mean, we don't get that now. We just have a water dispenser. And then I talked about this earlier. We've got our extendable dinette. Of course, this is the Euro booth, which is still very, very popular. Look at our wall sconces. These are so neat. So there's your dinette lights, but look at that cool wall sconce. I mean, okay, so I know that this isn't current decor, but it's awesome. I mean, this is like super cool. Like it's still got, I don't know, kind of an Egyptian feel to it maybe with the hieroglyphs on the top. But just really, really nice. No paisleys, right? Very understated. I could totally get down with hanging out in a coach like this. In fact, I told Jody he should buy it because it is like such a cool coach, and then he could go camping with me. I'm going camping a lot this year, it feels like. I'm going camping this weekend, so I won't see you on Monday. I don't know who you'll see, but it won't be me. I'll be in Palisade at a bluegrass festival. And then I'm going to be joining our Cruise and Airs for camping in Creed this year. If you want to sign up, I think there's still a few places you could stay. That's going to be a fantastic rally. There's a lot of people coming. Now check this out. So this is one of my favorite features of this coach. Now of course both of these are full recliners. They turn around, they have the extendable legs, but this is the traditional recliner setup. I'm going to pull this out just so you can see behind. Take a look at how, first of all, clean this carpet is, but look at the size of that window. Holy moly, like if you ever wanted to take one recliner out and maybe put like a dedicated desk area, you could totally do that. It's so impressive. And then they got it. They knew you needed a place to put your chips and dip as well as your drink. Not all the time. And then I don't know if you've noticed this, but all of the remotes are in here. The original touch-up paint is in here. There are a few little, again, nicks and naps, like this little guy right here. You can see where the chair rubbed against it. But I mean, if that's the amount of wear that you have, especially on cabinetry, if any of you have ever gone out to look for a used coach, you know, you just really have to have some love in your heart for them, because they're not always going to be like this at all. This is such a treat to be able to, look at me, I'm gonna put another nick in it, sorry. Okay, gotta be careful, Katie. Woo. Yeah, don't try this on live TV. No, there we go, make it easy. No, so, you know, as we look through all of these coaches when they come in on trade, this is an unusual specimen. This coach is so clean. I have the televator up. As you can see, they've taken the receiver out, so there's no longer a receiver in here. But televator works. The couch is like, was it ever even used? Original cushions, again. All the cushions, all the bedding. Jeannie and Troy, I just have to tell you, we really thank you so much for taking care of our product, and then also for coming back to see us again. Let me see if I can figure this out. There we go. So this is back before we decided we wouldn't have inflatable air mattresses on our fold-outs. So just a warning that makes things a little more difficult in my estimation. But again, this is such a testimony to Newmar. We are still doing things so similarly now as to when we did them back then. Oh, they did it. They got the stinking, let me see if I can get it out first. Yeah, they have the, remember on all my videos, I always say, make sure you don't get your, what do you call it, stuck? Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time and see if I can figure out how to get it out. But they have the cord stuck, ouch, underneath. Oh, I did it. Don't do that. Make sure you keep your cord out when you put your tether out when you put your couch away. So what they did is they had this stuck around this little bolt down here. You just have to make sure you have it in the clear, because that is so hard to undo. But again, the inflatable air mattress, you can tell it's been used because it's been put back. That's the only downside to this sleeping situation. Remind me, if you decide to buy this coach for me, remind me to come out and inflate it to make sure it doesn't have to be replaced. Very frequently they may have a hole in them, so we'd like to test that for you. Because when you get this coach from us, we will do a full PDI on it. And what that means, whoo, well, sorry about that. It will be camp ready. So when we do the PD on it, will be camp ready. And I would say that the extra sleeping accommodations on this queen size bed are part of making something camp ready. So like I said, this is such a nice RV. You could definitely take your friends and family out and stand proud, feel very comfortable in showing them how nice your brand new RV is that is 11 years old. And outlets underneath here, and in the middle, and at the end. So 3 sets of outlets instead of what we do now, which is currently 2. So that's pretty fantastic. And then look at all the cabinet space. We still have our spice rack. This Whirlpool refrigerator or microwave comes open when you drive. So when I turn, it just like flies open like this. I have a feeling we'll have to replace that. If we do replace it, I'm hoping we'll see the new one that we are using currently with our 2026 models, which has an air fryer as well as convection. I guess that they probably still make that model, so we'll probably get the newer one. And then full extension pantry, again, adjustable shelves. So if you wanted to keep your coffee maker up here, your toaster, your blender, any of your taller appliances. And I don't know, it's deeper, it feels like to me, than it is on the current model. Maybe less wiring, you know, to go through. And then plenty of room here. And I mean, just take a look at how tidy this is. Carpet lined shelves, still like barely used. The sink is amazing. It's a nice deep basin sink, stainless steel, undermount, adjustable faucet, kitchen window, beautiful backsplash. This is the all electric update. So this has got 8 house batteries on it, 2 chassis batteries, and this is a full electric coach. So it has a hydronic system by Oasis. So there's no propane on this coach. Dishwasher. There's the tray for the microwave, which we probably won't need. And then big silverware drawer once again. And then this is, of course, we all know that the true induction now is removable. You could take it outside. This is one of the first years that they offered this all-electric coach with the true induction mounted into the countertop, so it's not removable, but it's still fantastic. And then this island, I don't know how to release. Just gonna be honest there. I was asking earlier and I didn't figure that out before I did my video, so shame on me. We're not all perfect, but we try to get you all the information. On that note, when a coach like this, there's some things you're probably asking. Does it have an odd smell? Not at all. No pets. I mean, if there was a pet in here, it was the cleanest pet ever, and it had no hair. So very clean smelling coach, very nice, tidy. Again, the woodwork is fantastic. The previous owners were very meticulous. It was well serviced and taken care of. And then we'll do a full inspection of the RV before you take delivery of it. Make sure it's camp ready. Now that will not include the telematics. So if you want to make sure that you are having your satellite TV and everything working first, I would be happy to FaceTime you and to go out to the coach and to help you figure out what works, how it works, and whether or not it's something you might want to have us replace for you. Right now, as far as I can tell, this television seems to be working perfectly fine. A lot of times when we get on top of the units, some of the satellite things don't work as well as they could because they're aged. But again, Starlink might be a really good, way to go here. And then all of your MCD power shades are controlled right here, so you don't have to worry about the remotes. Everything is just hardwired into this. And then again, all of your wall lights work, all of your ceiling lights. And then one of the things that's really cool about this is these accent lights that we've seen throughout the coach, like on either side of the headboard or in the walls. They have this really beautiful glow to them. So they really give you that nice illumination. So you'll note that we have our puck lights in our ceiling, and this is that soft touch ceiling, but it's before the dawn of where we would do the decorative lights in the coach around the air conditioner covers. So all of these vent covers that we have up top do still keep all of your returns, all of your ducting hidden, but your accent lights are still here. They're just only in the walls and on the wall lights. So really cool feature here. Again, Jody, if you want to come down here and just take a gander facing back, we're going to go ahead and pull the slides in on this coach right now. I'll leave the bedroom slide out just so that you can see. So here we go, rolling up. There's your carpet, because you remember this coach, this pocket that the slide is, this slide is in a pocket that it drops down into, and that's why it has carpet. But take a look at this, really smooth operation, nice and quiet. And then I'm gonna leave the rear bedroom slide out so that I can show you how this coach is still solid paint finish with matching slides, matching slide paint. So even when the slides are out, the entire paint color is matched the whole way through. And this is a special order exterior color, which is super nice. So after we get this closed in here, you'll see we still have plenty of walking room. You know, even back in the day, you could still access the bedroom, the refrigerator, and the pantry while going down the road, and you could still make me a sandwich. Oh, I didn't show the storage underneath the booth. Shoot. Well, next time. Like I said, if I missed something in this, FaceTime me. There's so much to cover on a used coach. I want to make sure I cover it all. HWH computerized leveling system. We've done that for 30 years, so at this point in time we had done it for at least 20. Still doing it there. Your Allison transmission with reverse, neutral, and drive, very familiar to you. Steering wheel controls, right? A little bit different. We're not answering our phone on these steering wheel controls. And we still have our really cool, I feel like this looks like an airplane dashboard. Pretty awesome. But I love the way the vents can actually change. And we also still have our comfort drive. Comfort drive suspension is so important. Now, I told you I'd point out things that need to be fixed. This mirror, well, this mirror is on the other side of a foggy window, so you can see the window's foggy. That's something we would certainly take care of. And then you still have a really cool Voyager camera system, so you've got all the displays going down the road, your left camera, your right camera, your rear camera. You do not have an overhead camera. Air conditioning works great. So you've got your, you know, standard air conditioning, but one of my favorite things is right here. Is that so cool, Jody? I mean, what a cool thing. I'm telling you, this thing is a time capsule. Another thing I want to point out is just go to the right of the door, Jody. Show the wallpaper. The wallpaper is crinkly. I don't know that we'll replace all of the wallpaper in the coach. It's like down here. I don't know what the game plan with this is going to be. So if this is something that's important to you, when you buy a used coach, it's really important to cover some of these items and these issues up front. If it doesn't bother you, it might be an opportunity to save some money in something that you consider to be kind of an aesthetic. And if you're not in love with the wallpaper, maybe you're going to redo some of it anyway. So not a big deal there. Over here you can see we've got our 6-way seat. Again, this is a heated captain seat. Look at the wear on this, or shall I say the lack of wear on this. Absolutely amazing. You still have power mirrors that are heated. And then you also have your parking lights and your fog lights. You've got your air horn, which is big, and then your little horn. Battery boost, generator start, overhead fans are already tucked up underneath. Your visor controls. So this is, of course, look how fast. Why are they faster, Jody? Why can you get them faster back in the day? Like, why do they make them slow now? Look at this thing. Damn. I mean, that's so cool. It takes forever on the new ones. They should go back to that. Okay, I put my cover up. You can't, it's such a trip. Look at your air conditioning control and your Girard awning control. I mean, so like I said, and then you've got your Winegard Razor antenna still, and you still have your desk. And I mean, this is like such a nice solid maple cabinetry. They've done it right in Napanee for so long. And then here, I found this to be totally charming. All of your original paints for touch-up paint. Your Girard awning control is still in the box. I mean, dude, if you want an inexpensive badass coach, this is definitely the one. Yeah, you've got your 43-inch overhead TV. Of course, it's by Sony. But look at this cabinetry. It's just so robust. It's so nice. You've got your Magnum inverter. Here's your Oasis. You still have, you know, your very nice system where you've got your burner AC1 and AC2, so 3 filaments keeping you warm. Your power control. You've got your heated tank pads, slide controls. Everything is so nicely labeled. I mean, I don't know. This is the bomb.com, as my friend Dean would say. Super excited about this RV, just in case you couldn't tell. Okay, woo. So when you put your hair up like at a bird's nest on top of your head, sometimes your glasses get stuck in it. So it's always a wonder as to whether or not I'm going to be able to read things on TV. So this one has 6,801 pounds of towing capacity. Let me turn this generator off really quick. So some things that are different. Of course, you've likely noticed that we don't have a doorbell. Jody had to knock on the door for me today. But your egress still has a nice handle here. You still have a nice handle to get out. Your fire extinguisher is still here. So good step control. You still have your Dometic awning over the top. So if you've got someone who's out here waiting for you to answer the door, they don't have to get wet. And then our awnings, as you can see, go the full length of the coach once again, and they all have the LED lights on the inside. I wonder, well, I'm not gonna put them out right now. Should I put them out? I just turned the generator off. I'm not gonna put them out. So dual fill, 150 gallon fuel capacity. So as you know, when you buy a 40-foot Dutch Star, you get 100 gallons of fuel and an 8 kilowatt generator. When you buy a 43-inch or 43-foot Dutch Star, you get a 10 kilowatt generator and 150 gallons of fuel. That is still the case for this coach. The only big difference here is that 5,000 pounds in towing capacity. This is a 10,000 pound rated hitch. So as you can see, the date codes on this are 4922, so new tires. Again, for somebody who only put 11,000 miles on this coach, the fact that they kept all of it up to date just speaks so highly of the caliber of the coach. And I'm just gonna pop all of these open. This is so impressive. I mean, I could literally, if you didn't know better, there's a few little like blemishes, like there's a little nick here, like a few little tiny nicks in the paint. But if you didn't know any better, I could put this coach out and you'd think it was like a year or two old. And it's not. It is so incredibly clean. It's just so impressive. Again, we're so grateful for clients like this. And we took care of them. They're super happy. They got a newer coach. They get to take the grandkids out. I tried to convince them to get a 3825 without the grandkids, but they love their family. I'm so naughty. I'm so naughty. I just love that 3825. They did go a little shorter. So they did go down to 37 feet, which is was the goal. And then here we go. Take a look at this JBL speaker. Dude, talk about a monster. I'll bet you could sell that on eBay for like a lot of money. That thing is so rad. And I guarantee you, like we'd have to test it just to verify, but it's not blown. It's in great condition. And then one of the things I thought was so cool was here underneath, somebody who's actually using the pegboard correctly. So a nice little blender plug-in right there if you want to do that. I could put a Starlink cable pass through in here. You can put your Starlink here if you want to put Starlink on this and have the tripod version. But they're actually using the little hooks. And then you can see, like, I think there's like a little scratch here, tiny little cosmetic things. But I mean, we get these coaches in and oftentimes there's like stuff going down the doors. Look at this slide. This is what I was talking about. So special exterior paint. No one will have this RV. It's really striking. It's a beautiful color combination. I had to find a shirt that matched it. So I told Jody, I said, see, look at my mushrooms. They match this shirt perfect, or this shirt matches my coach perfectly. I don't know where the hot pink pants came in. I went to that concert last night. I'm a little tired. I was hanging out with my kids at Red Rocks till like midnight. Like a little hot pink going on. There's your def. As you can see, all these compartment bays are so like clean and tidy. A little tiny scratch there. It looks like it's cosmetic. There's your chassis batteries. Of course, this is the Freightliner chassis. And then if you're looking for specs on stuff, just so you know, I do have the original window sticker with all of the things that we have, like the dock lighting, solar prep, the VIN number, everything from when it was built. I have a lot of information on all of the specs on the coach. But then the thing I thought that was really fun is I've got the XCR series Dutch tag with all of the specs from Freightliner and you know, all the information on the coach from when it was actually built. So you have all the actual information. As a consumer, you could take this coach home just like it was new. Now, I'll talk about some things that we'll do during our PDI. Now, first of all, again, 10,000 pound hitch. You got your 7-pin connector here. But when I lift this little cover back here, you'll notice I like this push to release better, actually. My Oasis fluid is dirty and it needs to be filled. So that will be taken care of during our PDI. Of course, you can see the beautiful marriage of the Cummins to the Freightliner chassis there with your nice red engine. 450 horsepower once again, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, 10,000 pound chassis rating. But we'll do things like we'll service the air conditioners. We'll make sure that we service the Oasis. We'll service the generator. I think that they just had a gen service and oil change done on it, but we'll have that because it never went home after it was done. But that's one of the benefits of buying from Transwest. The other benefit is this. So somebody bought that Dutch Star last week. It's out here, it's having something done on it. They're camping here instead of having to like, go, bring the coach back and forth. Very nice that we have an on-site campground. And it's not just nice for when you're getting service, but when you take delivery from us, you get a 3-hour window for your orientation with our technologist. His name is Marlon. And one of the nice aspects of that is you get to see the coach, try all the things, make sure the hot water gets hot, make sure the shower works, run the air conditioning, run the washing machine, all of those things first. And then we ask you to pay for the coach. So we arrange all of your financial information up front. We have, extended service contracts, payments, all of those things are done way before you get here, up front, transparently. And then when you come in, before you're asked to sign over, and take ownership of this coach, we give you a full orientation of it to make sure you're comfortable, which I think is really cool. It's a different approach than a lot of other dealerships, but that way you know what's working, what's not working, and you also have a chance to camp on site, so that when you're here, if something isn't working, you can have us, come over and help you figure out whether it's, operational error or something that we need to amend. Now, of course, the side radiator is standard on the Dutch Star platform. That is a big difference between that and the Ventana. This little guy here is for a hose. As you can see, back in the day, they didn't think about things like those clear elbows. And as you can see, the slide mechanism here is much more like that of the Ventana, although this is the Dutch Star, so you get that nice heated tile floor, the MCD shades, but you don't have a hydraulic slide. Now you can see all of these windows are super clean. Everything is like, there's no water spots. All of your side marker lights are intact. I mean, it's just such a nice RV. And then here's your water bay. So hot and cold water outside. You do have a paper towel dispenser. You've got your power reel on your for your freshwater hose. So no SantaCon system on this coach. So these are all just things to note. And then here we have our 50-foot power cord on a power reel and a surge protector cable. As you can see, they even left the cable runner for you. So if you do want to use cable in this coach, you could. As I mentioned earlier, this is an all-electric coach with Oasis. So this does have hydronic heat pumps, and in-floor heating. So lots of ways to keep this coach warm. This is an all-season coach as well because it does have those heat strips on the fresh and gray water tanks. Oh, that's what I didn't cover. Tank capacity, 65-gallon gray water tank, 45-gallon black water tank, and a 105-gallon freshwater tank. And then I want you to look at this. So I told you 12 feet, 10 inches tall. This is different than what you have with our now traditional Star foundation. This is a little bit lower bay storage, so they're a little bit more narrow, but these doors still open sideways, which make it much easier to load. So if you do have any kind of back issues, you're not having to go underneath to get into these. You can go ahead and pull your tray out, get everything loaded. They still come out to 60%. I mean, and this is a true testament. If you're in the market for a Newmar, if I can do something and it rolls and works that well, 10 years later, just know you're really getting yourself into a nice quality product. Again, huge pass-through storage on this. Now we could add more trays to this, so if you wanted to have more slide trays, that's certainly something we can help you with here. We actually have a really nice price list up front. And then we have, again, we've got our 8 house batteries. Those will all be checked for voltage to make sure that they're running. If they're too old or they're corroded at all, those will be replaced. And I can give you information on all of that. One of the things I would say that, you've got to choose who you're working with in this world. I might talk a lot. I might dress in like annoying outfits. I might make Jody hold the camera too long every Monday, but I'm thorough and I know what I'm talking about, and I'm more than willing and absolutely looking forward to helping you. So I think that that's a big deal. When you're out there shopping for a coach, you're not just buying, the inventory, you're also buying a relationship with a sales associate and buying a relationship with a dealership. And those are important things because at the end of the day, that's going to very strongly influence your experience overall, and you want to have a good experience when you're buying such a nice piece of machinery because it's not an inexpensive prospect. It's something that you really want to make sure you get right. Again, dual fill 150-gallon Fuel capacity. As you can see, the marker lights aren't quite like bright. If you wanted to have brand new marker lights or anything like that done, understood that would be an extra cost, but we would be happy to quote that for you. So if it was important and you wanted to know how much before you made a decision, we could certainly do that. Now, as you can see here, this looks very similar to what you see currently. The only iteration difference I would say is the way that it opens, because of course these front end caps have had, talk about a Jake break. These front end caps have had quite a few reincarnations over the years. I'm gonna put my clipboard down here for just a minute. I wanna show you underneath the hood. So there's that side camera, your chrome convex mirrors. But as I mentioned, so your end cap and your rear end, of course, have been redone. So these fiberglass end caps have changed over the years, but still very similar. Again, 10 kilowatt quiet diesel generator. Now you would have a hydraulic arm as opposed to this little one that goes down here underneath. This would be more like what you would find on a Ventana. Windshield washer fluid is super accessible. Horns are there. There is an air line here underneath in the front. So there's an LED light underneath, so easy to access. A little bit different again. Headlights are a little bit different in terms of the way that they look. At least they don't look. We have a Tiffin here that has such small headlights that everyone who looks at it is like, can you do something with the front end? Answer is no. But on that note, we have a lot of nice inventory right now. I gotta tell you, I work at the best place in the world to work. The Idnesses, who own Transwest, it's a family organization. George's grandson is Avin. He's running the cameras behind the scene. My boss, Brian, he's worked here for 7 or 8 years, but his dad's worked here for over 30. There's no better place to buy a coach than Transwest, and this is a great opportunity for you. If it's not the one, I've got others. Let me know how I can help you. This is stock number 5U250417, and my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV. You can always get a hold of me at 303-562-8659. Thanks for tuning in with me another Monday, and yeah, let me know how I can get you on the road and camping.